What is going on, baby? Happy Friday. We have made it through another one. Welcome, welcome. A little bit late start today for the extras, but I'm sure we'll still have a good time. So got a couple people in the chat already. Will, I appreciate you, brother. He says tasty red wires. Nance isn't here today. Nance is out at Summit Racing, I believe. So he is watching the races today. Black Magic in there too. What's going on, my man? Happy Friday to you. Hope you had a great week as well. Becky in there too. She says second. Appreciate you being here, Becky. I hope you had a great week as well. Sorry, I had to restart the music. It just didn't feel right without the theme song, you know? Man, we are all a mess. I had to download new software right before we started because the old version refused to work. I've been hitting skip update for like 2 weeks, and we just had to do it. So, and we don't even have all the lights on. Hang on just a second. Alright, there we go. Will says, I like the theme song. Thank you. I like it too. It is called Reverie from the album Blood Moon by Stream Beats. And you can find all of that and more on Stream Beats for free. Harris Heller is the creator of Stream Beats. And he's got all kind of different music on there, and it's all copyright free. So it's great. That's what I'm always playing in the background here is Stream Beats. Black Magic says, it's all good, Drew. I'm still working too. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You got me on and you're doing the work. I like it. I like it. He says, I also like the theme song. Me too. It's a good one. I had another song that we used to use as the theme, and that one is called Even When I'm on the Top. If you remember, I used to do a different playlist for Mondays and Fridays, and this was the Friday playlist, but I've since adopted the Friday playlist for every stream because I like it better. I like the upbeat jams, you know what I mean? So, I know Fridays, everybody's kind of got a lot of stuff going on. So, I figured for today, one thing I've been seeing a lot of this past couple weeks is people struggling in the job market. Like, it is absolutely wild out here. There's AI job seeking software. There's AI job interview software. There's AI job candidate software. There's AI resume software. So basically, the entire job market has just become a bunch of AIs arguing with each other. And I feel very thankful that I'm not looking for a job because I absolutely feel for these people. And I don't mean to make light of their situation, but, you know, some of these guys are pretty funny. I also found a few accounts where they do, like, skits and things like that based on true events of the job market. So we got some fun stuff in here. Hopefully, oh my gosh, what happened? Hopefully the software continues to work and everything's good. There. All right, awesome. Black Magic says, for sure, makes me appreciate my job and helps keep things in perspective. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What kind of work do you do, if you don't mind me asking, Black Magic? If it's a secret, that's okay. You can just lie and just be like, grocery clerk or whatever, you know. But yeah, I'm always curious what kind of jobs everybody has. Okay, hold on a second here. Speaking of AI taking over the process, Black Magic says it's rough out there from what I've heard and read. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we've got I actually have some real job numbers we could look at, because apparently the most recent, we don't talk politics here ever, but the most recent jobs report, there we go, now you can see what we're talking about. The most recent jobs report had a few revisions, okay? Just a couple. Black Magic says, I manage a document processing center for title companies. We prepare and send all the documents out, order payoffs and HOA demands, etc. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I got you. Well, see, that's an important job. You know, a lot of people counting on you. That's cool. And you're the manager, so that's good. Being in charge is always good. Okay, so this, I thought this was wild. They always adjust the jobs numbers, okay? So you're always gonna get an adjustment after the initial estimate is posted, and that's just kind of part of the process with how everything is calculated. But May's jobs report was revised down by 125,000. From 144,000 to 19,000 plus. Now, this is jobs gained in May, okay? The June jobs report was revised from 147,000 to 14,000. So, in just May and June, that's 250,000 jobs that were supposedly created that basically vanished from the data there, and in the words of the Kobisi letter. I thought that was pretty crazy, and that's scary for people who are looking for a job right now to be out here and seeing stuff like that, because you want to have hope and you want to, you know, stay positive and be like, I'm gonna find something. Everybody else is finding stuff out there. I just gotta wait my turn. And then you see this and it's like, actually, no one's finding anything. So, yeah. That's, I thought that was pretty interesting. But, okay, so the rest of this is gonna be totally non-serious. We're not gonna be diving into numbers here. But speaking of AI taking over the job process, check this out. So this guy is interviewing for a job, okay? And he finds out that the interviewer for his interview is an AI, which I don't know how you keep going and you don't just click right out of that. But I guess we all have to play the game, you know? Because the AI is the one that is reading all of the resumes, and the AI is the one that's telling the human beings which other human beings are actually worth talking to and which ones aren't, which is kind of scary. But yeah, so let's listen in on this AI job interview and performance. I clicked on the wrong one. It's right here. Here's the AI job interview. 40%. When you have an interview, but AI starts interviewing the other AI. Now, hold on, let me make sure y'all can hear it. Okay.
Am I not the one?
That's impressive. What coding languages are you most comfortable with?
I'm proficient in Python, JavaScript.
Oh, come on.
Final questions for us?
No.
Thanks, you will.
So the hiring manager and the interviewer were both AIs, and they started talking to each other. And the one AI is just answering the other AI's questions.
We'll start on Monday.
Huh?
No, I will start on Monday.
Wait, what?
Thank you for interviewing with us today.
Thank you for coming to this interview.
We appreciate your interest in our company.
We appreciate you taking the time to meet with us.
What is going on?
We'll be in touch about next steps.
We'll let you know our decision soon.
This
Have a
is
great
like the
day.
longest Midwest goodbye.
Great day.
See, even AI does the Midwest goodbye, okay? I love it. I love that. Bad Will says, I hate AI customer service. I can only imagine AI interviewing. Dude, me too. When you call a place and the voice on the phone is like, "Hi, I'm here to help." You can say things like, "Check the status of my order. What can I do to help you?" And you're like, "Well, I need to talk to a human because I'm having problems with my order." "Oh, order details." And then it'll just read you the same thing that you already saw on the internet. Was this helpful for you? Like, you can't reach a human being without at least dealing with 2 to 3 machines. And I think that's just what it's going to end up being, you know? Black Magic says, what a disaster. They need to knock this stuff off. For sure. And this thing right here is actually a great example. It's just it's analogous to what is happening everywhere when AI enters the job seeking process, the job acquisition market, because people are using AI to write the resumes. People are using AI to send the resumes and fill out applications to the companies. The companies are using a different AI to read all those things that AI wrote. And all the while, the actual human being that's hiring the other human being, they're not talking at all, which is insane. Insane. Will says live person, please. Yes, that's my, I'm just like, operator, please, operator. Or you just ask like a really complicated question that the machine wouldn't be able to understand. Or, you know, you drop into another language. If you know a different language, I'm sure the AI would be confused by that too. So, okay, so this first account that I found is called ZMilly1 on TikTok, and he is so funny. He's started this. He started a series called Ranked Job Hunting, which is a reference to video gaming. If you're not a gamer, ranked is like the people who think they're pros. You know, everyone who tries really hard at the game is in ranked mode. You know, so he's saying ranked job hunting. This is like the next level, you know, cream of the crop job hunting. So here's Z Millie checking out the job market here.
Marketing 15 to 50 an hour. How do we end up with a pay range like this? That's literally a range.
$15 to $50 per hour. Like, what are you supposed to do with this? $15 to $50 per hour. So either you're riding your bike to work, or you can buy a new car. One of the two. Expected hours 35 to 45. So you're gonna work 45 hours a week for $15 an hour.
Range between 30 and 100 grand per year. So, like, how does this happen? People with a criminal record are encouraged to apply. Okay. The harder you work, the more money you will make. Okay, that's all I...
So, the harder you work, the more money you'll make. What if there's not a bigger red flag? Lord have mercy, run for your life. It says, we routinely have marketers bringing in over $30 to $40 per hour with unlimited earning potential. Oh my gosh, man. These just, I mean, you're not really getting off on a good foot with a new employee if you're going to start out by just blatantly lying to them. But, you know, that's just me. So here's one for 30 an hour. Warehouse associate, guys.
Associates,
In
25
Texas.
to 30 an hour. Why are warehouse associates making more than fucking everybody with degrees, man? Holy shit. 25 to 30 an hour with significant growth and earning potential. Dude, I might just go do this. 30K a year is fucking basically livable in like every...
So $30 an hour. You work in air conditioning as a warehouse associate / forklift operator. Sounds like basic warehouse work. You're loading trucks and unloading them. Black Magic says, that's a huge red flag. So is we're like a family. That means you'll be spending all your time at the office. Yeah, we're like a family means you will never get to see your actual family if you work here. Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah, that's definitely suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here
Machine.
is a machine maintenance technician, okay? This is a person who fixes equipment in factories or warehouses.
Maintenance technician, afternoon shift, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Friday. Fucking God. 21 an hour? Okay, I guess not
3 to 11 for 21 an hour. That's not bad.
bad. Programmable logic controllers. This is what you need. Plastics, extrusion, hand tools. So you need your own tools. That's expensive as hell. I mean, I don't even have any...
Whoa. You need your own plastic extrusion equipment. You need to inspect and repair machinery, perform electronic component adjustments and replacement, like motor controls, PLC cards, and product feeding equipment. So it sounds like a pretty involved gig here, you know? It's, I mean, 21 an hour is not bad, but, like, they want you to have 2+ years of industrial maintenance experience with the ability to do all of these things and have your own tools, lift 50 pounds, climb a 70-foot silo. Are you guys climbing a 70-foot silo for $21? I don't know if I'm doing that. That's just me.
Any of that type of experience, but I'm just out here trying to expose these jobs, man. This is fucking sad. What the fuck? 2+ years of industrial maintenance experience preferred? Suck my cock. No way, dude. This has gotta change, man. This is a huge fucking issue. If you ask me personally, this is a fucking problem, man. Holy shit. 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Friday? What kind of fucking shift even is that? How does that even happen?
Right, yeah. 3 to 11 Monday through Friday would be absolutely miserable work. Okay, so here's some more ranked job hunting. Again, this is Z Millie. Oh, Falcor in the chat. What's going on, Falcor? We're laughing along at people who are struggling to find a job in this economy. I know you can relate to this because it wasn't that long ago you were looking for a job and having trouble. And these companies are insane out here with what they're putting out, man. These $20 an hour to do all of this stuff is crazy.
God, man, I'm losing my fucking mind. 0 out of 10.
Okay, so here's a civil engineer position. So this person has a 4-year degree in structural engineering. How much do they make?
We got entry-level civil engineer / environmental engineer. Okay, entry-level 25.
Flint, Michigan, guys. $2,500 a month. To be a structural engineer... entry-level civil / environmental engineer. Either way, it's expensive. Falcor says, I went back to dog grooming, so job security there. Yeah. Well, I mean, there will always be dogs that need groomed. That is for sure. And that is recession-proof, you know? Because even if we go into a recession, the dogs still need the haircuts, you know? They still need the nails painted and the pretty pictures taken. I'm with you. I think I think it was a good decision.
$500 a month? Wow, man. $2,500 a month. Rent is like $1,500 a month, by the way. Like, your average rent.
That's a good point. So rent is $1,500 a month, let's say, in this hypothetical Flint, Michigan, studio apartment, whatever. So you paid $1,500. Let's say, by some miracle, that covers your rent and your utilities in your little shoebox that you live in. Well, now you have $1,000 left for the month. So you have $250 a week outside of your rent and bills to pay your cell phone, your car payment, your car insurance, buy food, clean your house, have a social life, have fun with friends. Don't forget savings. You got to do savings. You got to have a 401k, you know? So, don't forget all that. And you're an engineer. You have a 4-year degree that costs you $80,000 that you're also paying for. So don't take that money out of it too. So $2,500 a month is really just straight up laughable. Falcor says, let AI and robots try to replace us. I don't think they will. I think a dog would be terrified to have a robot cut its hair. Bad Will says, I've job hopped a lot since I got my CDL, but I'm pretty happy at my current place. Been there a little over 4 years. That's the longest I've stayed in one place. Okay. You know, and in this job market, that's probably smart. You know, like I worked at multiple places for, you know, you put in 8 years at a place, 10 years at a place, and they don't care. None of them care. Like these guys, I feel so bad for people like older guys who were, you know, raised in a different time where if you dedicate yourself to a job, the job will take care of you. And you work there for 50 years and then you retire from there and they take care of you. But now they just fire that guy like 2 days before he would have gotten his retirement so that they don't have to pay it out, and nobody even cares. No one feels bad about it. The guy doesn't even get to hear from any of the people who supervised him for the past decades and decades of service. Nothing. Just an email, don't come back to work. Absolutely gross, man. That's why I'm with you, Will. Job hop all you want, you know, because these companies don't care about us. Black Magic says, my student loan payments were $1,600 a month. $2,500 a month won't go very far unless you qualify for some sort of repayment plan that's income based. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm with you there. I didn't really. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say how much I borrowed for school, but I don't feel like I borrowed a lot. Definitely not compared to what some of these people got out here. It's crazy. I'm almost paid off. Falcor says, psh, who pays student loans? Not this guy. Okay. That's one way around it, you know? I mean, hey. Try and find me, right? I don't know why. It's like, it's satisfying to pay off a student loan. I'll tell you what. I had 5 small loans, and man, every time I pay one off, I love it so much. Feels good. Black Magic says, I dodged them for a while, but I just paid them off in June. Paid them off in June? Dude, what's up? Let's get a celebration. And my buttons don't work.
Yo.
There we go. All right.
Yo.
Congratulations on the paid off student loans, man. That is awesome. It's a tough road, dude. It is a tough road. I am, let's see, I have 3 left. Two of them are fully paid off. I'm almost there. But I also, you know, it's like, it's such a small payment that it's kind of like, you know, you look at it like, should I keep this on because it's one of my oldest accounts, or should I just pay it off? You know, like the interest rates aren't as fair on the student loans as they used to be either. They really raised those up crazy in the past few years. Based on what I'm seeing out here, people on TikTok complaining about their loans and stuff. And oh my gosh, I saw one girl had $300,000 in student loan debt. $300,000. What do you even do? Because like, whatever you got your degree in, you still have to start somewhere, and it's not like you're gonna jump in just making $300K. You know, like, just to have that payment hanging over you that's like a $2,500 a month student loan payment before you even do anything else, before you even have a house or a phone or a car or a child or food. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Black Magic says, keep plugging away. You'll get them paid off before you know it. He says, nah, pay it off. Yeah, what I've been doing is I am paying off the things that have the highest interest first, is my plan. There. So, yeah. But I agree. If you have the money, pay those suckers off, man. Because the thing with student loans is, you're not really gonna save by paying it up front versus making the payments, because it's the same amount of money. You know? Like, they don't let you skip over. You don't make, at least with the type of loan I have, you can't make like a principal only payment or something. It's such a scam, dude. Such a scam. But okay, so here's one more ranked job hunting.
Structural bridge engineer.
Here's the structural bridge engineer. This is the one I was thinking of.
Again, $24.94.
Flint, Michigan again. Now we're making $24.94 a month. So the civil engineer made $25 and change. This guy's making $24.94, dude.
Okay, dude. We're building bridges and we're paying the engineers $24.94.
They took $12 off the civil engineer's salary, and that's what the structural engineer makes.
I'm never going on that fucking bridge, because you know, you can't pay someone in this economy. You can't pay someone $24.94 a month to give a fuck. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly, dude. People are out here making more than $2,500 a month at McDonald's, and you're talking about a structural bridge engineer right now? Oh my gosh. Full-time, hybrid work setting. I don't know, dude. That's kind of suspicious. Like, I'm with him. I don't know if I want to drive on bridges in Flint, Michigan, if I know that the structural engineers who are charged with inspecting them only make $600 a week pre-tax. Can you imagine getting your engineering degree and clearing $250 a week after tax? Get out of town, dude. Lord have mercy. I don't care how cheap it is to live in Michigan. That is... Whew. Black Magic says, the less money you owe the government, the better. You never know what's going to happen, and one way or another, they'll get their money. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. And I think I might have, I think I might have lucked out more by not getting the government loans. All my student loans are private, so the interest rate, went up and up, but and also they get repackaged and resold. I've changed companies like 3 times or whatever, but yeah, definitely trying to pay those babies down, man. Maybe their water plant workers were paid that. It would explain a lot about what happened a while back. I'm with you, dude. These guys in Flint, Michigan, where they had the water crisis, they had contaminated water in their city water system because they switched. Now, forgive me if I get this wrong, but I believe they switched their municipal water source from one source to another, and the new source was not good, and they had ailing infrastructure that is crumbling in the dirt, and they weren't replacing it fast enough. And Yeah, like you said, they got engineers out here making 2G. Black Magic says, I see. I had both. They're such a pain to deal with regardless. They don't make it easy on borrowers, for sure. No, they do not. No, they do not.
So when you know this guy went to school for probably architectural or some type of engineering, you could not, and this guy's just drowning in student loans. You're giving him $2,500 a month, dude.
Insane. It says, prepare PSEs. So that's a plan, specs, and estimate for projects. That's crazy. To give you some perspective, when I hire an engineer for a residential remodeling project, it costs like $1,000 for even like the most basic stuff, because they have a minimum fee to come out to the site, and then they have to generate the drawings and put in the, you know, specifications for different types of, you know, whatever fasteners you have to use, and, you know, bearing loads and all that, whatever. I'm no engineer, obviously, but I'm paying somebody $1,000 just to do one project that takes them like 4 or 5 hours, and this guy's making $2,500 a month to supervise the the structural integrity of the bridges of Michigan. I don't know, man. Maybe it's really cheap to live in Flint and your apartment's like $300 a month. I have no idea. You know what? We could look that up. We could look that up. I'm just curious. What an apartment in Flint, Michigan. Okay, so if we're going to Flint, Michigan here, it looks like our 1 to 2 bedroom apartment's gonna be okay. Okay, so you can get an apartment for like $800,000, $1,000 a month with a pool. $1,100 a month. Okay, yeah, but still $1,100 a month, and you make $2,500. I mean, your bills, your you know, energy bill and your internet and water and trash and everything else, you're gonna be at $1,500 either way. That is craziness. Absolutely crazy.
Please fuck off. That bridge is gonna collapse because this guy's half asleep at work because he doesn't give a fuck about the job. Simple as that. And rightfully so. I wouldn't either. It's just insane. We're paying people that build bridges $2,500 a month. Like, dude, and then we're gonna require 7 years of transportation structural design. Like, bro, come on. And 20.
Yeah, 7 years of experience and a degree, man.
Dude, that's gonna, oh my god, I'm malfunctioning right now, dude. Like, what? It don't make no sense, man. 0 out of 10.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So another creator that I found that's kind of in this space is called Josh Drean, Drean. He's on TikTok as well. And he kind of, he pulls up, like, social media posts that he finds and videos and stuff like that, and reacts to them in the context of his knowledge of the job market.
Performance monitoring factory workers through AI is a new dystopian hell.
So, he's talking about this company, Optify, and what they do is they have cameras all around the production facility. And they have multiple views of all the different workers. And the system is watching them and tracking their efficiency and progress at their task. Okay?
This Y Combinator-backed startup posted a video and then immediately deleted it because of the backlash. Let's take a look at this.
37% line efficiency? That's bad. Alright, let's see the Optify dashboard and see.
Okay, so this is the dashboard of this Optify app. And you can see they're running at 37% efficiency. And a couple of stations are marked as red and yellow here.
See what's the issue with line 6. Oh, it's workspace 17.
They've got his video right there.
Workspace
They're
17
watching
is the
him,
bottleneck.
his
The
every
worst
move.
performing workspace here. Hey, number
Workspace number 17.
17. What's going on, man? You're in red. I've been working all
It just over the intercom.
okay.
This is God.
Okay, now this is a skit, okay? This is a skit that they made designed to get people to want to use their software, all right?
God.
This is really bad.
Yes, because I don't want to be here.
Rough day? More like a rough month.
Gosh, you're tracking him down to the hour. AI being used to prey on the weak is enough to cause a revolt. I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely. How many billionaires are there in this country? Like a handful, right? I mean, it's like 20 of them, right? Versus like everybody else? I don't know.
these motherfuckers who think this is how AI should be applied, the real promise of AI isn't efficiency at all costs. It's creating better workplaces, not this shit.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take them some time to figure that out, apparently, because they're still on the exploitation phase of AI. If you remember in the stream that we did a few months ago where we talked about scam jobs, Klarna's CEO was bragging about how he had gotten rid of like 800 jobs and replaced them with AI. And, well, let's check in with Klarna and see how that's going for him.
Klarna is at it again. I made a vid.
Ooh, I missed that one. Black Magic says, what employer would see this and think, yeah, this is fantastic? It seems demeaning and not necessary. Absolutely, it's demeaning. And like, tracking efficiency is great. You know, trying to figure out ways to improve is great. But there reaches a point where we're micromanaging too much. We're monitoring too many facets of an employee's production, you know? That's just my take. I don't work in an office, so I know that offices can be a different kind of environment to be in, but that's just my take. Sorry.
Klarna is at it again. I made a video about how they were among the first companies to replace employees with AI. 700 of their customer service reps were replaced by an AI chatbot. How they were among
Sorry, if you're just listening. Futurism says, company regrets replacing all those pesky human workers with AI, just wants its humans back. What you end up having is lower quality. Ooh, well, who could have told you that would be a problem?
first companies.
Black Magic says morale is such a huge part of performance. Absolutely. And if someone feels like they're being beaten down about every tiny mistake they make, they're not really going to be highly motivated to get out there and bust it for the same guy who literally just is heckling them the entire day. Your boss should be there encouraging you, helping you become more productive. Not this. Not just constant negging because the AI camera saw you look away from your work for 0.3 seconds. It makes me think of these guys who work delivery jobs, or really any kind of there's a company around here that does utility locating services. So when you call like 311 or whatever, this company will come out and they will mark all of the underground utilities, okay? And I was talking to a guy who works for them, because I hire those guys a lot, and he said they get to take their truck. They have like a small, like a light-duty work truck, and they get to take that home at the end of the night. I was like, oh, that's cool, that's nice. They let you, drive the car. You don't have to use your own vehicle for work. You really don't even have to own a vehicle if you want to work there. and as long as, you know, you don't need a vehicle for anything else in your life, I suppose. But yeah, he was telling me the drawback of that is that they watch you constantly. And it's not a human watching you, it's a machine watching you. So if you look away from the road, you know, in order to check and see if a car is coming, you look this way, look that way, or you see a pedestrian and you're like, oh, better avoid that. You look away from the road and the computer is going to mark that. And it marks it, and it marks all of your traffic infractions. If you didn't stop long enough at a stop sign, if you were speeding, it tracks every single little tiny movement. And if you're gonna treat your employees like that, where you're showing that you have absolutely zero trust in them and zero confidence in their ability to actually just do the job without you supervising every single moment of it, you probably just shouldn't hire them. You know, if you don't trust them and you need that kind of monitoring, just find somebody else. That's wild to me. And like Black Magic is saying, that really affects morale. To have a camera pointed in your face all day long because they're so terrified that you might deviate from your trip or look away from the road to check the time, you know? Those kind of human things. We don't have time. We don't have time for all of that. Okay, sorry. Here, I'll let him finish it.
To replace employees with AI, 700 of their customer service reps were replaced by an AI chatbot that gave generic answers and quickly referred customers to a real human. But now the CEO has suggested
Okay, so it was 700 people.
that the AI job cuts have led to lower quality customer service and is backpedaling by vowing to hire more humans. He also tweeted this: "We just had an epiphany.
You've got to be kidding me, man. You have got to be kidding me." He says, "We just had an epiphany. In a world of AI, nothing will be as valuable as humans. Okay, you can laugh at us for realizing it's so late, but we're gonna kick off work to allow Klarna... Wait. We're going to kick off work to allow Klarna to become the best at offering a human to speak to? What do you mean, we're going to kick off work? What does that even mean? Kick off work? Am I stupid? That... So excited about this. More to come. I mean, I didn't mean to, you know, maybe English is this person's second language there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, that's tone deaf a little bit. Will says, "That's one of the reasons I quit one of my last jobs. They installed so many cameras in the vehicle. They were constantly asking why I was doing everything the way I was doing it." See, that's nuts. And if you see, that's a perfect, you're a perfect example of what I was talking about. If you have a company where you own 20 trucks and you have 20 guys that drive 20 trucks, if you don't trust the guy to drive your truck to the point where you have to put a camera in his face and then put a bunch of cameras on the truck too, so you can judge, not only judge what he's looking at, but also how he drives and maybe the way he takes to get to the place that you're going, you know. If you need to monitor someone that closely, you probably should just find somebody else, you know? Because like Will's saying, people are going to leave if you treat them like that. Black Magic says, "I was just telling someone that if you have to micromanage, you have the wrong people. 100%. Absolutely right." Will says, "I don't like being micromanaged. They say how efficient I was, but yet they complain about how I do stuff." Yeah, and all of those monitoring softwares, none of that is so that you can be told that you did a good job. None of that is like, oh, well, Will, we noticed you're 30% more productive than every other driver. So here's a 30% pay increase. That's not what AI's for. AI's for firing you and finding new reasons to. And and that's it. That's all it's about. There's no positives in this. There's no like, oh, the AI noticed that you were such a good driver that we're promoting you to supervisor. No. No, the AI is only going to inform your boss when you didn't sit long enough at a stop sign, or you changed lanes and your turn signal only blinked 2 times instead of the required 3. Forget it, man. Black Magic says, don't worry, Klarna. We're definitely laughing at you. Yeah, for sure, dude.
In the world of AI, nothing will be as valuable as humans.
Insane.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, so he's just gonna read that one. But yeah, I thought that was great. Klarna having to eat their words on that one. That was pretty good. But another interesting thing is that a lot of people, when they're at work, they're not working. Okay, and of course we got a corporate jargon. We got a corporate jargon for that. I actually have another topic I'm working on about corporate jargon, but so check this thing out here. It's called ghost
Look
working.
at this. 92% of employees are ghost working. And you know this is no surprise. People are job hunting on company time, using company, taking PTO to go on job interviews.
So they're using their work computer to apply for a job. Now, I don't know if I recommend this, because you're really taking some risks here. Because if you're using work equipment, the company can see what you're doing. Even if you're on a personal device, if you're signed into their Wi-Fi, they can see what you're doing. They can see what you're looking at. IT can look at your screen right now, watching my show instead of working. That's okay. Keep that tab open. Black Magic says, I'm already excited for the corporate jargon show. Oh man, I got so many good ones. That's a rare gift for the people who are watching right now, because I very rarely reveal a topic that I'm working on. So that is a future topic you can look out for, corporate jargon. But yeah, let's hear some more about ghost working.
Crazy. It makes sense that employees want to keep their job options open, especially in this market. And nearly 3 in 5 professionals worldwide plan to job hunt.
This is a LinkedIn corporate communication that says, applying more, but hearing back less. Nearly 3 in 5 people worldwide set to look for jobs in 2025 amidst challenges in job search. How is he not more, like, amped about this? That's not alarming to y'all? 3 in 5 people in 2025 expect to be searching for a job. That's 60% of the country, you guys. More than half of people.
This year. Many are doing it
that's
during
crazy.
work hours.
That's
What I don't
absolutely
understand
nuts.
is,
And that information is from LinkedIn. And that's where a lot of people go to get these garbage jobs. So it's probably accurate, and that's scary, actually.
if you're an employer, wouldn't you want
3
to
in
know what's
5,
happening
man.
with your people?
60%.
Wouldn't you at least try to understand, honestly, why they are looking to leave your company?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're a boss and you're looking out at your office right now, 60% of those people are actively trying to leave you, and they're probably doing a job search on a second tab right now. That's wild. That's wild, dude.
instead of turning a blind eye. And that's why the whole model of employment is broken. This is a wake-up call for employers.
Yes.
And a survival
Yes.
tactic for millions of employees.
That's a great way
We
to
actually write about
say
this
it.
in our book, Employment is Dead.
That is a great way to say it because
Tactic for millions of employees. We actually write about this in our book, Employment is Dead. You can grab a copy of it today.
oh, I didn't go back far enough.
The whole model of employment is broken. This is a wake-up call for employers.
Yes. This is it's going to be a shift. You know? It's going to be tough. But
Tactic for millions of employees.
employees need to realize here that this is not the world that we trained for and prepared for and studied for is gone. So all of this new stuff, companies are rewriting the rules. So we need to rewrite our rules too. Because if we can work at a place for 30 years and they'll fire us before our retirement benefits kick in, I think we gotta level the field a little bit, you know, kind of tip the scales back in the employees' favor a little bit. And obviously during, you know, mask times, employees were the ones who were in control. You know, they had the reins, for sure. But now, it's kind of the opposite. And all of these people who thought that they were going to be able to work from home forever are now slowly finding out that this work from home fantasy is slipping away for a lot of them. Because, you know, CEOs and bosses, they want you to come back to work. And I considered making the stream just about this, just about whether returning to the office is a good idea or not. Because there's a lot on both sides, and I hate to say it, okay? Bacon strips, get ready. I hate to say it, but I kind of do see a little bit of the employer side of this. Because, well, hold on. Hold on, let me play this one real quick, and we'll put this in a little bit of context.
I'm thrilled to announce I've been
This is Jordan Reviews It. He makes really funny skits on TikTok about about a lot of things, but relevant to this, about office humor and politics and daily life.
promoted to Vice President of Booty Licking at Doodoo Dynamics.
Yeah, congratulations!
Well deserved.
Hey, hotshot, someone viewed your profile. Why don't you hand over that credit card and we'll tell you who it is.
Here's 3 reasons why you should negotiate a lower salary.
Yes, I agree.
Valuable insights.
Commenting for better visibility.
Sound the alarm, we have a celebrity in the house. You've appeared in 13 search.
So if you have LinkedIn, you kind of know what he was joking about there. But I think it's funny. Really, LinkedIn is mostly just for bosses. Like, there's so much cringe stuff on there. But one of the big topics still on LinkedIn is the return to office. And a lot of people don't want it. And like I was saying, I hate to play the devil's advocate here, but just for a second. I can see where bosses would say that it improves efficiency and makes it easier to collaborate with others when when everyone's in the office. Because when someone is talking to a customer and they say, "Oh, all right, yeah, sure, I just have to reach out to the person in that department. Hang on just a second." Click. And then they're like, "Hey, Jan, hey, that one guy," you know, like they literally could turn to the relevant staff member or get up, leave their desk, and go into another office, and maybe, you know, there's that person right there they need to talk to. But if we're all working from home, well, then I got to send a message in Teams, and then we got to schedule a Teams meeting. And how long is that going to take? They've already scheduled 15 Teams meetings for today. So it's like, it does make things slower in some ways for everyone to be working from home. But at the same time, you've got a whole workforce of people, some of whom graduated in 2019 and have never known anything but work from home. And then you have this other group of people who got used to working from home after years of living office hell. And neither of those groups of people want to go back to offices. So if you want to make your company productive like it used to be back in the good days of 2018, I think you have to allow the employees a little bit of room, and at the very least consider like a hybrid schedule, because you've got a bunch of office workers who think that working at an office is sitting on your couch, having some meetings, hang out with your dog, babysit your kid, get the laundry done. You can't sit here and say that the work from home people are sitting there staring at their computer the entire time. Now, somebody like CB, I know she is, because she owns her company. And when you own your company, you never stop working. But yeah, I just, there is a disconnect. And we'll have to find a happy medium somewhere where people can come back and work in the office at least sometimes in order to have meaningful communication and collaboration without 1,000 emails and texts and video calls. I have a really good one where people love talking about. Oh yeah, here's some company benefits from Jordan. Jordan reviews it. Our company offers great benefits, it says. Okay, so you have a Keurig, a rotten banana, and a water cooler. All right. And a pizza party. Fantastic. Yep, I can't wait to work there. Hooray! And Dr. Perky. A little Dr. Perky. There you go. Black Magic says, "We sold our office during COVID, so we're 100% remote now." That's awesome. That's fantastic. Productivity is at its highest ever for my office. I'm able to work more hours when I don't spend 2 hours a day in traffic. And you know what? Not spending the 2 hours a day in traffic is huge, because it saves you money on your car and your insurance, and it also saves you time of your life. That's 2 hours a day that you get to spend with your family instead, you know? And I think a strong case could be made that even though a work from home employee might not be at their computer 100% of the time, I think that the overall work that's getting done is going to be higher because morale will be higher. People won't feel burdened by kind of the small things of life that tend to build up when you can kind of take care of those things a little bit while you're working from home. You know, while you're sitting there listening in on a meeting, if you're not on the camera, you could be folding your laundry, or you could be, you know, whatever, you know? So it does really allow some nice, benefits for especially young families. So I definitely agree. Black Magic says, again, I think you have to have the right people to make it work, and some jobs are more difficult than others to make remote possible. Absolutely, yeah. And I can see where your job, where you could definitely do that without having everyone together, you know, and still be able to collaborate. Falcor says, how is Black Magic number 1 and 2 F these points? I have no idea. I don't know what is happening. On my list, I'm seeing Will is number 1, or sorry, Black Magic is number 1, Will is number 2, Falcor you're number 3, and Becky is also on there. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't have all of the answers on the top fans feature. I'm still learning about it. Okay, so this is an ad that WebMD made, and they had to quickly delete this one, but luckily Jordan Reviews It has preserved it for posterity.
I'm posting this because this is one of the most insane corporate videos I've ever seen in my entire life.
He didn't even, like, go wild and edit a bunch of, like, sound effects and music and stuff, because you didn't need to. Listen to this thing.
This CEO publicly mocks and threatens his employees who work from home to come back into the office. Just watch.
Nothing better than mocking and threatening your employees.
Many of you have come back to the office, and we've noticed it's made a big difference. Unfortunately, too big of a group hasn't returned. We're getting more serious.
Too big of a group hasn't returned, he says, as he's on a green screen. If you're not into video production, look closely at this gentleman's hair, and you will notice kind of a dark shadow, because the masking around his hair is blurring a little bit, because he's actually not in the office. Like, he's yelling at all of his employees to come to the office. He's not in the office. He's in front of a green screen filming this, telling them that they need to get back to the office. Okay?
It's about getting everyone back into the office for the simple reason that we're better when we're together. We move faster, we get better results, and the executives are going to tell you more about that right now.
Now, we move faster, we get better results, guys. Falcor says, I've been here, but I'm more listening. I'm online school shopping, tax-free. That's right, dude. If you're in Ohio, it is the sales tax holiday. Not sure how much longer that goes, but yeah, I believe they do like a week or two of no sales tax. Black Magic says, sorry, I missed these. I will often work 12 to 13 hour days, but I definitely do some of that and have things going on at sometimes. Okay. See, but 12-hour day, that's crazy, dude. Like, you should be able to do your laundry and have food at home and take the dog out or whatever. If you're putting in 13-hour days, jeez, forget about it. Will says, I was the first one here for like 20 minutes. Yes, you were. I appreciate it. Black Magic says, executives are mad because they have to be there, so why not force everyone else to be there as well? What a faker. Yeah. You know, it's interesting because he is not there. and we'll do some investigation from the other people, the other executives in the C-suite. We're gonna chime in on his little video here.
We need you ready and present, and we need
I love all this stock footage of just people sitting at computers.
it now.
Working together
Lisa, she's on a green screen, y'all.
face to face helps
The
us create
COO.
ideas faster and better. So we have new products and new offerings for our customers. We're able to collaborate.
Lynn is the senior vice president of HR. She also could not be bothered to actually go to the office and film her video about why you should go to the office.
And help each other to be better leaders.
We all know when we spend more time.
Steve has committed the cardinal sin of not matching the lighting on his green screen with the lighting in the footage that he's green screening himself into. But, you know, what does Steve know about green screening? Come on.
Time together, we end up creating better solutions for our clients.
It encourages organic breakthrough moments of creativity, specifically across teams who haven't worked together in person as much before.
Oh, okay. Good job, Conrad. Yeah, definitely.
Propels us into meeting our business goals, and we definitely have big goals for 2024. And
Guys, big goals, okay? Arrow go up. That's the goal, okay?
we need your help to
2024.
accomplish those.
We're better when we're together, and we need to be our best.
I love the I love the song choice. Hopefully we don't get a copyright claim there, but that's the that song is called Iko Iko. If you know that one.
Crush our competition.
We have been slow in getting back with some people and in some
I love that guy sitting there in his boxers with
That's about to change.
Hold on a second.
We're better when we're together, and we need to be our best to crush our competition.
We have been.
I love this guy. He's got his shirt and tie on and no pants. This is the future of work, okay? This is the man we need to emulate.
And in some places. That's about to change.
Your manager will be in touch with you shortly about how this.
Your manager will be in touch with you shortly when he's done with his vacation. Black Magic says, execs I've known are hardly ever in the office anyways. These guys are clowns. It's the whole do as I say mentality. 100%. Oh, yeah. None of these people are coming to the office ever.
Will be implemented and tracked.
Thank you, team. I want to leave you with this. We aren't asking...
If you guys don't know this song, look it up. IKO, okay? Iko Iko. It's just so silly. Like, what a silly song to pick for your return to office commercial.
Negotiating at this point, we're informing of how we need to work together going forward. It's, again, for the simple reason that great companies are built by great people working together and seeing each other eye to eye and tackling the big task. Thank you.
Yeah, gotta tackle the big tasks, guys, and we can't do it when we're living life and taking care of our families. We have to be miserable and sitting in an office in a downtown environment where no one lives.
For your help.
Get it? Everyone's in person now. Lord. Dude, these guys are so cringe. Like, they need a cringe filter on these. CB in the chat. What's up, CB? She says, hi from Belize. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your vacation. I hope you're having a great time with the girls down there. Beautiful photos you posted earlier. I love that. So, I thought this was funny. Now, yeah, Falcor says, CB and Meech are just always going cool places. I need them to adopt me. For real, dude, I know. I need to become Meech's, like, oldest kid or something. I'm gonna call her baby daddy and see if he wants to adopt me.
A Walmart store announced a no-quit program for those looking to resign. Look at this sign.
Guys, now we're not even allowed to quit, okay? You can work a terrible... Sorry, I don't want to disparage the job. You could work an entry-level job like a Walmart associate. And if you want to quit, you can't. Because we have a no-quit program here at Walmart. We feel many situations can be resolved. Any associate prior to deciding to quit, please speak with the store manager. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure that the store manager is going to be very receptive to your needs. And he definitely would never hold this against you later on in your employment.
And with me, we value you, your growth, and your contributions. And then
Yeah, we really value the way that you put WD-40 on the shelf.
they boldly declare, we have a no-quit program. We feel that many situations can be resolved. We ask that any associate prior to deciding to quit speak with their store manager. Walmart has...
Now, I don't know, man. This is crazy. It is crazy. CB says, I am legit in the jungle, Foul. Every day is a workout. It's 120 steps up to the suite that we're staying in. Oh my gosh. Well, don't drink too much. You might not make it back up to the suite. Falcor says, I'm so jealous, CB. Bring me back something adorable and fluffy. I'm sure there are plenty of adorable and fluffy things down in the jungle. Black Magic says, we can't even quit now, just trying to take away any power employees have. Exactly, man,
has
exactly.
one of the highest
It's
turnover
all
rates
about the
in
power.
the country, estimated around 70%, and holds a D+ rating for retention according to over 10,000 employees on Comparably. It's gotten so bad that they are offering a retention bonus of up to $1,000 for hourly workers.
It could see a bonus.
Literally, if you just work there and don't quit, they'll give you $1,000. Have you considered maybe looking at the reasons why people quit? Like, you wouldn't necessarily have to give them the $1,000 if you, like, maybe gave them, like, $1 extra per hour, or, like, you know, agreeable working conditions, or, you know, I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Bonus of up to $1,000 per year, depending on how long they stay with Walmart.
Let's think about this for a sec. If a company feels the need to implement a program to prevent employees from quitting, maybe the employees aren't the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe the company is failing to meet their needs.
Yep.
Maybe.
Perhaps. So I found oh, this is pretty funny. This is Josh Drean too right here. This is boomer job hunting.
So as a boomer who is retiring this year and has to look for work for the first time in 35 plus years, my observations.
Now some context here. Job seekers are used to hearing a certain dialogue from boomers. You know, the pull yourself up by your bootstraps. If you're not making enough money, you're not working hard enough. That kind of mentality, you know, work at the same place for 50 years and they'll give you a Rolex and a 401k. No, that's not how it is anymore. And this boomer is about to find out. He says, so as a boomer who's retiring this year and has to look for work for the first time in 35 years.
1, it's a lot harder than it was when I was a young man. You can just trot around dropping off resumes. No one will talk to you. 2, filling out applications online is far, far worse than filling them out in person.
See?
They want a resume.
Boomers only think it's easy because they don't have to do it anymore.
And a cover letter, and then you have to fill out live within a 10-minute timeout.
Oh my god, they want a resume and a cover letter? Goodness gracious.
If you don't have a resume and a cover letter together and you're looking for a job, you're not taking it seriously, so no one else is going to take you seriously. That's a ridiculous thing to complain about, a company wanting a resume and cover letter.
Timeout. The exact same information into their application.
And we have to fill out an application? Yes, that's how it works. Lord, man. Black Magic says, or just don't treat them like crap. Nah, yeah, no, they wouldn't do that. Nah, we can't show respect to employees. We'll lose money before we do that.
3, you will never, and I mean never, hear from an employer again unless you're hired.
Yes.
When I was applying for work in the 1980s, I would get polite form letters rejecting me if they didn't want me. Now I just get ghosted. He's using the terminology even.
Yeah.
4, pay is off.
The boomer even knows what ghosted means because it's happened to him so many times.
Hours are awful. Benefits are awful. We can relate, sir.
Yeah, bro, we know. We know we are out here. Absolutely love that one. I think we missed one of his here. Hold on.
Hey,
No, that wasn't it. See, this is what I get for playing them out of order. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, so this guy, this boss, he is trying to hire someone, and the person that he's interviewing showed up too early for the interview, guys. Too early.
I had a candidate show up 25 minutes early to an interview for an office administrator position last week. That was a major deciding factor in why I didn't hire him. What are your thoughts on candidates showing up significantly early? Guarantee this guy was saying, nobody wants to work anymore a couple years ago.
I absolutely agree with AK Bruise there, because he definitely was saying that. Now, this dude, Matthew, he clearly is an avid LinkedIn poster, because this is the kind of crap you see if you're on LinkedIn. It is just absolutely horrible stuff, and it's so many, like, fake anecdotes about, you know, about whatever office scenario that never happened, that they're using to illustrate how dedicated they are to their craft, or how their employees could never match their dedication, blah, 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 blah. Black Magic says, to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is to be replaced. 100% agree on that one. I don't see how you could possibly get mad at someone for getting there early, especially if, like, it didn't inconvenience you in any way. It's not like the guy's like, hey, I want to do the interview early because I'm here early. No, he just showed up and sat in the waiting room like he's supposed to. Will says, gotta jump off here. Y'all have a good night and a good weekend. You too, sir. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you.
Years ago, you know,
cook something awesome on that flat top and send us a picture.
Look at the juxtaposition here from the first comment. I had a guy show up 45 minutes early to an interview once. He said he had never taken that commute before and was really worried about being late because of the bus transfer.
Wow, he showed up 45 minutes early because he was worried about being late? What'd you do, punch him?
So he left really early. I bet your ass, you bet your ass I hired that guy. The amount of interviews I scheduled and no one showed up was crazy.
See, and this is what I experienced. When I'm hiring people, now in the restaurant business, before I was in construction, turnover's high in restaurants. You're constantly hiring. Everyone who walks in and says, are you guys hiring? The answer is yes. Because someone's going to quit. So you need them. You need every person who walks in, you know? But this guy's right. Because more than half of the interviews that you schedule, you talk to a human being. Hey, Stephanie, I'll see you at 9:30. And then they just never come. That's how it is. So I understand the frustration on the side of the employers, because they're setting time out in their day for these interviews and booking blocks of interviews, and no one shows up. Meech says, are we talking about job hunting? Oh shit, Will was first. Yeah, Will was first, yes. Yes, we're talking the insane job market right now, Meech. Hope you are having a great Friday as well. CB says, yo, Shell. So I found, hold on a second. Oh, that was the end.
Easy. So one manager hates it and another appreciates it. Look, hiring is not a vibe. Selecting the right people for the job should not be this subjective. So stop hiring on your gut instinct and use evidence-based practices. This is why people trust AI more than managers.
Well, I also would make the argument that the person posting that on LinkedIn is making a post on LinkedIn. So it's almost 99% guaranteed that that did not happen, whatever is said in their post. Meech says, CB, are you in the jungle or what? Yes, ma'am. Jungle fever. 120 steps to get up to the room is crazy, dude. Well, hey, you're gonna get your workout in on the vacation, you know? You can eat whatever you want because you know you have that stair climb. So, no need to even work out. But I thought, I was getting ready for this and I saw this yesterday. For, Meech says, feeding our neighbors again. I think I keep missing the step where I yell at them in the kitchen until they cry. Any advice? Yes. When they bring in their dish that they brought, you want to ignore them completely and then everyone run out of the house and then be mad at them for being inside of the house alone. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not sure. If you're lost on that one, you can check out the 4th of July party streams. That one ended up being 2 streams because the drama went on for so long, and it's still going, I believe. If you check out, what was the channel? Folk Medicine Remedies on TikTok. That's right, Meech. Got to get the steps in. CB says, my one sister likes to work out all day, every day, and thinks that the rest of us enjoy that as well. Okay, so she thought that the built-in workout was a feature. I gotcha. Meech says, I think I'm missing the ignore and talk about them in front of them step. Yes, that's the step. That's the important one. Black Magic says, don't forget to ask who invited them and talk smack. Yes, absolutely. Ask who invited them, and then while they're answering you, yell at them. Also, invoke the sheriff. You need to invoke the sheriff. I don't know why, that's just part of it. It's hard making new friends, you know? It's really hard. But if you live in Ohio, this new bill would create a state registry of job applicants who skipped their job interview, guys. So, it's fine if companies post jobs that don't exist just to make it look like they're hiring, even though none of the people actually get hired and they don't need anyone for that position. That's fine. But if you schedule an interview and you don't show up for it, jail time immediately. The bill's sponsors said it would protect employers and state unemployment services. But opponents said the bill could harm job applicants. Well, no kidding. Like we didn't have enough trouble finding a job. The state already prohibits people from receiving unemployment benefits if they're not doing enough to get a new job. This includes interviews or ghosting employers. What about employers ghosting the employee? What about that? What about sitting through 9 interviews, 6 interviews, 7 interviews? I've seen all of these people talking about how they interview for weeks with person after person from different departments, and you're gonna take 8 interviews and then just not email them, not call them back when you hire somebody else. But heaven forbid if the employee doesn't show up for their interview at McDonald's, now they're on a state list. Absolutely insane, dude. Insane. Yeah, yes, that is good advice. Yes, absolutely. You want to make sure that you ask who invited them and talk smack about them. CB says there's no situation where I would ever be doing more than one interview for any company. Right? If they said there's a second interview, oh, well, I guess I won't be working here. Good to meet you. Have a good day. Like, I'm not wasting my time. 6 interviews? Get out of town, dude. What? Who are you even talking to and about what? Oh, here we go. Get out your tiny violins. Despite protections, co-sponsor Representative Brian Lawrence says his constituents are seeing more and more people skip job interviews without notice. Oh, well, have you asked his constituents how much they're hiring for these jobs? Can we talk about that at all, or is it just the skipping the interview that's the big problem? This bill rewards professionalism. If you value employers' time, this process is going to value you. Well, that's interesting because the employer doesn't have to value your time. They make you go through 8 interviews and then just ghost you with no consequence. And now if an employee doesn't come to the interview, they're going to be put on a state list? Get out of here, dude. Senate Democrats said applicants are already held accountable to unemployment requirements. Now, I can see where you might need this for people who are on unemployment, but to create a list of people who have missed a job interview and then any employer can just look on this list and if your name is on it, then they're not going to hire you? Get out of here, man. That's crazy. CB says, I mean, I guess maybe if they were offering more than $500,000 for a salary, more than one interview might be okay, but anything under that is absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. If you're going to be the CEO, I get having multiple interviews. But yeah, most of these jobs, forget about it. Black Magic says government needs to stay out of this. Overreach at its finest. 100% agree. I mean, this bill's not in a law yet. Bill DeMora continues. The bill would penalize workers who have emergencies. He said he nearly missed an appointment last week due to car trouble and disagrees with the idea of penalizing Ohioans in similar situations. This bill is another answer looking for a question. It's something that's not needed. There are procedures in line already for unemployment compensation. Absolutely agree. This is gross. This is so gross, and I really hope this doesn't become a thing. Because it will spread. It will spread. And you know what? Here's another creator, Josh Fluke. This is not only are the job postings fake, okay? If that wasn't enough, now the hiring managers are posting fake stories in order to, I guess, teach some sort of lesson to their to future people who
I once hired
to
someone
apply.
within a day, not because I was in a rush, not because the resume was perfect, but because of one answer. I asked him, what would you do if your manager constantly took credit for your work? He smiled and said, I'd keep delivering, because results have a way of speaking.
Said no employee ever. Like, what? How do these people think? that we're gonna look at their stupid story that they invented for their LinkedIn post, and we're gonna think this is a real thing that happened. I just
Speaking louder than
how
people.
are you in
and
charge
in that moment,
of anything?
I didn't just see a candidate. I saw a dog. Sorry, it says I saw maturity, emotional intelligence, and a future simp, future leader. So roll over.
I saw
Be a
a
good
dog.
boy. Hashtag talent acquisition.
Hashtag career advice, guys. So don't show up early for the interview, and also you want to make sure to let the boss take credit for every single thing that you do.
3 years of experience minimum, 5 preferred. We're offering an extremely competitive $17 an hour. The ideal candidate will be a real go-getter, no personal boundaries. The ability to work nights and weekends is a plus. Also, it is mandatory. Training will...
Yeah, nights and weekends is a plus. That means you will never have a weekend or a night off.
not be provided. Benefits will be minimal. There's a lot of opportunity to grow here. Some people make $18.50 an hour. An undergrad...
Ooh, $18.50. And a degree is required.
Graduate degree is required. A graduate degree is preferred.
CV says future simp. Yes, this is what they want. This is what they want. Here's another entry level.
Well, your
experience
resume looks fantastic.
I love how his resume is like a 700-page book right here.
Appear to be educated in everything that you would need for this job. Thank you. Yeah. However, typically we only hire with at least 4 years experience in this position. Oh, I must be in the wrong interview. I'm sorry. I'm applying for an entry-level position, so let me just get out of here. Oh, no.
Yeah, entry-level position, but you need to have 4 years of experience, guys.
No, you're in the right place. It's just we typically only hire people with a little bit more experience in this field. But it's entry-level. Entry-level with experience. Well, how am I supposed to get experience if the entry-level job requires experience? You could do an internship. Paid? An experience. Okay, so...
Yeah, except when you do the free internship and you work for a year as an intern for no money, companies don't consider that as work experience. Don't waste your time doing these stupid internships. Don't do it.
So let me get this straight, right? I just spent 4 years and $100,000 going to college to get experience for this job, but in order to get this job, I need experience in this job, and the only way to get experience in this job is to get experience in this job by taking an unpaid internship learning how to do this job, right?
Right. Yeah, you gotta work here for free for 10 years, and then we still won't hire you.
Well, you don't really learn until you're on the job anyway. Well, then what was the point of college if I won't learn anything until I'm on the job that you won't hire me for because I don't have experience in the job that you teach me how to do when I'm on the job? Yes, well, you see... Oh, sorry. Is this the interview place? Who are you? Shit, I'm sorry. I'm Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy's here. Interview's over, bud.
Jimmy. I'm sorry. I don't see a Jimmy here on my list.
Jimmy's not in his encyclopedia.
No, I could just come in. Who's your dad? John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Oh, I know him.
Johnny's boy? Why didn't you say so? Oh my god, you're hired.
No
Yeah,
way,
come on
really?
in.
Oh, anything for Johnny's boy.
Fuck yeah, wait. I don't have any experience. Don't sweat it. You learn here on the job.
Yes.
I knew it.
Isn't that the truth, y'all? It's too bad we're learning this after we've already gone to college and paid for it. You know what I mean? It's real crazy. It really is. I don't know what they want from us here. Now this guy says tech founders can be college dropouts, but they still require a master's degree for their entry-level job openings.
I always find it odd that these
Sorry, this is JCamp01, Justin Camp on TikTok from Hired AF.
these tech founders, they wear this badge of honor, like they dropped out of college and they started their own company and they're super successful, and they embrace that. They boast about it.
Yeah, it's
But
a
then they
badge
turn
of honor
around
for
and when they
them.
hire for people at their startup that require
It's a
bachelor's
bruise
or
for you.
master's just to even get in the door. Seems a little hypocritical to me. Now, I'm not downplaying education by any stretch. Look, it has its place. I also don't think it's a requirement.
Yeah.
I think especially in the tech space,
Agreed.
way too many skills that can be found through certifications, can be found through coaching, can be found through development programs. You don't
100%.
need that college degree. You don't need that master's to be able to get your foot in the door.
Yep.
But it is odd to see these people who wear the college dropout tech founder as a badge of honor, and then you go and look at their job descriptions on LinkedIn or Indeed or wherever it is they're posting their openings.
And you gotta have a
every single
PhD
time
to make
bachelor's
20 bucks an
required,
hour.
Master's preferred. That's crazy stuff, but you see it.
Black Magic says, a good boss will give the employees credit and not take it for themselves. I agree. This skit is spot on. Yes. I love this, guys. CB says, true story. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know. Absolutely. Networking is 100 times more important than going to college. If only we knew all this at the beginning, you know? Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's another girl. She just graduated college, I believe, 2 years ago as of the recording of this video. And she just had a meeting with a recruiter who was upset at her lack of experience after 2 years being out of college. And sorry, this is Sarsh on TikTok. Sarah Michelle.
Ugh, job market is so brutal, and these recruiters, man, they're not making it any less hard. I just had a recruiter ask me about my experience, and I said I don't have any. And she was like, you've been graduated from college for how long? Like, yeah, I've been out for 2 years, and I can't get a job where I want to because I don't have any experience, because no one will hire me without experience, even though you're all saying it's fucking entry level and not a livable wage.
And that's the biggest problem, is even if you get one of these entry-level jobs, you're not going to make enough money to survive, not on your own. You gotta live with your parents for the first, 5 years of work now, because the jobs don't pay you enough to actually have your own place. Really, you probably couldn't even afford having a car. CB says, are we really crying over not getting a job? Okay, now, thank you for saying that. I did have that thought, and I didn't want to... It's you know, I don't want to sound like I don't feel for this girl's situation. Sorry, I'll just leave it like... I absolutely feel for her. But at the same time, and I'm sure she didn't, get upset in front of the recruiter. But if you are trying to get a job, you really have to be able to control your emotions, at least for this moment in time, so that you can get this done. If someone says something that's offensive to you, totally stand up for yourself. Absolutely, be your own person. But at the same time, you cannot allow these people to get you this upset. Because when an employer or a recruiter sees you upset like this, they're gonna think you're weak. And it doesn't mean you are. Every person has emotions, and getting a job is hard, and you've busted your butt for 4 years in college, and then you get out and just to have everybody kick you in the teeth. Trust me, I know what it's like. I graduated in 2008 from college. 2008 when the world was, doing great, financially, everybody was just set, CB says networking is better than everything. Yeah, 100%. I admit I am not an empathetic person, so I will say it. Oh, I I don't think it's lacking in empathy to say, to give the advice to maintain your composure, you know? I'm with you. I hate the crying videos, but I will, I'll let her finish, sorry.
Not a livable wage, and I just want someone to give me a chance, and for recruiters to not be so rude about it.
Now, I feel for you, and I want to give you a chance, but someone seeing this might think other things about you. You know what I mean? They might be like, oh, well, she can't handle this job because our job's way too stressful. It would upset her, you know? You gotta be careful.
Man, what am I supposed to do? I can't get experience if no one will give me a chance without experience. Like, we all know.
Well, and the thing is, I think a lot of these people who are saying, I can't get experience without having experience, a lot of them kind of got poisoned in their brains in college where they think like, oh, when I graduate, I'm going to make $100,000 a year. I'm going to get this job and I'm going to have this position and I'm going to be in charge of this many people. And then you actually get into the working world and you realize that, yeah, you did learn some things in college, but you still have a lot of other stuff you need to learn that's you really can't learn until you do the job. And sometimes you need to take a lower paying role just to get into the industry you want to be in. You know, I mean, it depends. It's different. I don't know what type of job she was trying to get hired for, but you know, it's tough. It's tough when you don't have the experience. CB says 100%. These kids think they're going to get out of college and make $200K. Yeah, no, they're not going to get out of college and make $100K. You guys, the average salary, the median, not the average, the median salary in the United States is like $40,000, okay, a year. You ain't gonna make $100,000 just because you walked out of college. No one's gonna pay you that without any real world experience of any kind. Now, obviously, there's exceptions. There's certain jobs where the degree actually does prepare you pretty well for the job itself. But I would say in most cases, you're gonna need some on-the-job experience if you really want to excel and succeed in an industry. But here is a guy who reacted to her story, and he is telling people what they should do if they're in her situation. Oh, wait.
So I'm working right now.
I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry.
I just had a recruiter ask me about my experience, and I said I don't have it.
Hey Sarsh, I'm Jerry, and I help people get jobs. You're so right that if you don't have any experience, then how do you get the first experiences for you to get the job? And so Sarsh, I want to help. I know that your stitches are off, but I can't help but feel like you just need that small push to get over the edge. So let's dive into it. So instead of using the job boards where I feel like the filters are garbage, type this into Google. You mentioned you're interested in marketing, you have admin and food experience, but you want to pivot into marketing, so let's look for entry-level roles. Entry-level.
Now, searching for entry-level isn't going to bring up only jobs that require no experience, but it is a great start.
Entry-level, and so on and so forth.
And also, if you're on LinkedIn, you can filter jobs by experience level.
For example, this entry-level data entry and marketing coordinator, completely remote, benefit, compensation is a bit lower and you can probably negotiate this to be a bit higher, and you'll be working with marketing manager. And there's a bunch of other marketing roles that you can apply to. And of course, we gotta work on your resume, but that's for another video. Sending you the best vibes, best of luck.
See, that's awesome. What a good dude. That's Jerry J.H. Lee on TikTok. Check him out if you're out there looking for a job. Okay, yeah, so check this girl out. This is the one I accidentally just played. This is a girl who just got into the working world, and she is working from home, okay? So she got one of these coveted work from home jobs, totally 100% remote, like everybody wants. And, you know, her life is perfect, and she loves every bit of it, right? Black Magic says 100%. For most jobs, you have to pay your dues for a bit. Yep. And kids don't want to do that because they don't feel like they have to. They're like, well, I went to college. They think they're like the first generation to ever exist. It's funny. I noticed that about Gen Z. They also think that they invented everything, which is hilarious to me. Absolutely love it. But okay, so here she is. Sorry.
So
this is Jasmine Valise on TikTok.
I'm working right now. I work from home. I know all the girlies want a job that's work from home and it's easy and you get to chill literally in your bedroom and they supply you with your computer. You know, it sounds like sunshine and rainbows, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, they're probably gonna have you do data entry or some basic shit where you're super replaceable and it's just mindless work.
No.
And yes, oh my god, that's so much better than working in food service or anything else that pays
True.
pretty low.
I mean, you know, you're not standing and sweating over a hot fryer or broiler or anything. You're not shoveling gravel.
Let me tell you, my brain is fried. And I feel like I have so much more potential than to be working on spreadsheets, making calls for people. I'm an assistant. Like, it's really getting to me. Yes, this is a very easy job. It's an entry-level job. But it's still really draining because all of the work is, like, very
Mundane.
repetitive and tedious.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to be plugging in numbers and...
Yeah, like, I cannot imagine sitting at a computer and just typing in data all day. Like, how is that even still a job with AI? I don't know.
And copying and pasting from a spreadsheet, entering data all day, every single day for 8 hours. It sounds so easy, but trust me, your brain, like, my brain is tired. My brain...
Dude, I hate working in the office. If I have to work in the office, I can only do a half day because I feel this girl. I have the same experience. And you guys that work on computers and work in offices, big respect because I could never do that. I can't. I can't sit. If I'm sitting at a chair for more than 3 hours, I feel like I'm wasting my life, you know? Even though office work is work that needs to get done, I can't handle it. CB says, Drew, you just need your wifey to do all your office work for your business. Hey, that's a good plan. There's a good plan. I like that idea. I am pro delegation. But, oh, okay, hold on. She wasn't quite done.
My brain, it feels like I could be doing so much more than just staring at a screen for that long.
Yeah. And I think that AI is going to reduce those type of jobs in the near future. So, looking for those type of positions, if you want a mind-numbing data entry position where you can sit at home and make a couple bucks and stare at a computer screen and type numbers in. If that's you, do it up, man. There's a lot of potential out here, but yeah, to me, I don't know. I don't know how people do these jobs. And I really feel for people who are looking for jobs right now because it's absolutely just a wreck. The job market is so bad. Black Magic says, we have repetitive jobs in my office, but we try to mix up the tasks to keep things fairly fresh. The longer someone does repetitive tasks, the increased chance of errors. Oh yeah, absolutely. If all you're doing is staring at a spreadsheet and typing in numbers all day, the errors must just be rampant, right? I don't know. That's props to y'all that are out here working in offices, because I couldn't do it. I will be out here toiling away in the sun. I just enjoy a physical job. I like remodeling houses, and hopefully AI can't take my job, and I don't end up like these people, because what a miserable thing it seems like to get a job right now. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed that, check those creators out. Josh Fluke, Jordan Reviews It, and our Z Millie and Josh Drean on TikTok. I like those guys a lot, and they they help bring a little humor to the employment situation, which is often lacking in that. But crazy out here. Hopefully y'all are not out here looking for jobs, because it is tough. But if you are, leave me a comment. Let me know what your experience has been like. But yeah, so hey, if you're an office person, look forward to that corporate jargon stream coming up here in a few weeks. And thank y'all for hanging out with me again. Hope you have a great weekend, and enjoy your vacation out there, CB. I hope you have a great time in Belize, and keep posting awesome jungle photos. Those were super cool. So have a great weekend, y'all, and I will see you again on Monday for the extras. Peace.